Hi everyone. There's a few things that I want to clarify with domain and range. You have to remember that domain stands for your X value and it's your input, where your range is your Y value and it's your output. And every time that you write your domain and range, it needs to be written in numerical order. You can either choose to repeat numbers or choose not to, but the thing is that you definitely need to make sure that it's written in numerical order. The other thing is to determine if something is a function or is not a function, you have to look to see if the domain repeats. So if the domain repeats, it is not a function. So I'm going to go through 4 examples here. In the first example, it asks you, it is a set of points. You have to find the domain, the range, and if it's a function or not. So your domain is all of your X values. So I'm going to highlight those part right there. And then I have to put them in numerical order. So it's going to be negative 1, 0. Then I have 2, 3, 5. Don't worry about that. I just made a mistake. But then the range is all your Y values. So it's going to be 3, 5, 2, 1, 4. So I'm going to put that in order. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because my domain does not repeat at all, this is going to be a function. So this is yes. Now this is an example. Another way that you would see a function is a table. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to find all of my domain, and I have to put it in numerical order. So it's going to be negative 2. You can either choose to repeat negative 2 or just write it once. I'm just going to write it once. So it's going to be negative 2, 0, 1, and then 3. So that's my domain. My range is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then because you have the negative 2 and it repeats, this is not going to be a function. My other example is a mapping diagram. This is another way you're going to see a function. A mapping diagram, you want to look to see how many times the arrow is going from the input to the output. If that one input has 2 arrows coming out, it's going to not be a function. So right now we can tell it's not going to be a function because negative 2 goes to 2 and negative 2 also goes to 5. Our domain is going to be in numerical order. So it's going to be negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, and then it's going to be 2, 5. Like I said, you can repeat or not repeat. Technically, this is saying this is negative 3, comma 2. This is negative 2, comma 2, negative 2, comma 5, and then negative 1, comma 5. So that is where I'm getting my domain and range. Now, this is an example of a graph, and this is one that you guys struggled with a little bit today, or yesterday. So I'm going to kind of show you how to do this one. You're going to make sure you're going to find all of your points first. So for this one, I have, so this one is negative 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is negative 3, 5. This one is negative 2, negative 4. This point right here is 0, 3. This point right here is 1, comma 1. And this point right here is 3, comma negative 2. So my domain, I'm going to put in numerical order. So I'm going to say negative 3, negative 2, 0, 1, 3. My range is then going to be negative 4, negative 2, 1, 3, 5. And then because I do not have any domains repeating, this is going to be yes, it is a function. Another thing you can use, remember, is the vertical line test, where you can determine how many times it goes through, and if it only goes through once, then it is a function.